Hey guys, how are you? Hope you all are stay home and stay safe. So now we are working on theories of international trade. In our last lectures, we have discussed theory of mercantilism and some of the important criticisms of Adam Smith against the system of mercantilism. So if anyone didn't watch the last lectures, go to the description box where you can find the link of last lectures. So, by criticizing the system of mercantilism, Adam Smith propounded a new theory in his book Wealth of Nation on 1776, and this theory is known as theory of absolute cost advantage. So, today we are going to discuss Adam Smith's theory of absolute cost advantage. So, first we have to discuss the assumptions of this theory. So, first one, there are only two countries. It means according to this theory, the number of participating countries in a trade will be only two. And the second assumption, there are only two commodities. It means number of commodities in a trade will be only two. And third one, only element of cost of production is labor. It means according to this theory, there are no any other cost of production in a trade, like there is no any material cost, capital cost, transportation cost. Only element of cost of production will be the cost of labor. The next one, free trade between the countries. Free trade means trade without government intervention, trade without any trade barriers. And next one, there is no transportation cost in trade. And last one, perfect mobility of labor within the country. It means the labor can move within a country, it cannot move or it cannot cross the border of the nations. Okay, so these are the assumptions of this theory. Then let's move to what this theory really means. According to this theory, trade between countries takes place on the basis of the concept of absolute advantage. Then what is the term absolute advantage mean? Absolute advantage refers to the ability of a country to produce a good more efficiently and more cost effectively than any other country. It means a country is said to have absolute advantage in a particular commodity only if that country can produce that commodity more cost effectively than any other participating country. Let's explain this with an example. As we have discussed in our assumption, here we have two countries, Taiwan and India, two commodities, rice and electronic chip, and one cost of production, that is man hours. It means labor cost. So first take the rice. So Taiwan requires 60 man hours per unit for the production of rice. At the same time, India requires only 18 man hours per unit for the production of rice. So in this case, India has absolute cost advantage in the production of rice because India requires lesser man hours for the production of rice. Then take the electronic chip. Here Taiwan requires 30 hours per unit for the production of chip, whereas India requires 71 man-hours per unit for the production of electronic chip. So in this case, Taiwan has absolute cost advantage in the production of electronic chip because Taiwan takes only 30 hours for the production. Okay. So in this example, we can conclude that India has absolute cost advantage in the production of rice and Taiwan has absolute cost advantage in the production of electronic chip. So here India will produce more and more rice and export the rice to Taiwan because here India has absolute cost advantage in the production of rice. It means India can produce more rice at reduced cost than Taiwan. Similarly, Taiwan will produce more electronic chips and export to India because here Taiwan has absolute cost advantage in the production of electronic chips. So here both the countries specialize and export those commodities on which they have absolute cost advantage, which in turn result in gain for both the countries. So from this example, it is clear that in this theory, Adam Smith points that a country should specialize and export a commodity in which it has an absolute cost advantage. And second point, the trade can happen if one country is able to produce at absolute low price and offer to the second country. Similarly, second country produce another commodity at low price and offer to the first country. It means both the countries will get opportunity to gain from the trade. It is the opposite of the system of mercantilism, because under mercantilism the trade is like a zero-sum game. It means if one country win, another country lose. Whereas absolute cost advantage is a positive sum game, because here both the countries will win from the trade. So this is what the system of trade Adam Smith has explained in his theory absolute cost advantage. So according to this theory, trade is take place on the basis of the absolute cost advantage of participating countries. So hope you understood this theory. So now we have discussed the theory of mercantilism, theory of absolute cost advantage, and in our next lecture we will discuss the theory of comparative advantage. And thank you so much, and all the very best.